It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC South. It's the Bucks and the Dirty Birds, and it's coming up next.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Set for a good matchup in the NFC South. So glad you were with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is a division you know a lot about, and the rivalries within this division always kind of gives you a good game when it's NFC South against NFC South.
Yeah, and this is a division, Mike, that I've lived in for a long time in my career. And at one point, you can make the argument that it was the best division in football. But right now, it's the quarterback uncertainty. Do we have the quarterback of our future? Did we just draft one? Did we just sign one? What does that look like? 2 of the 4 teams, brand new coaches taking over control to start this season. No division won fewer games last season. They've got a lot of work to do before this division can hold a candle to some of the others we see throughout the NFL.
And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. One of the big moves in the offseason, Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. That's caught. Ray McCloud. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
Do a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll get this to McCloud. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. Everyone talks about being balanced. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
He'll get this to the former Bear, Darnell Mooney. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate through the passing game. They've essentially ignored the ground game up until this point. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far,
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Joe Tryon Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, He's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
This is caught at the 2. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Now it is 1st and goal. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That is caught side of the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina and then with the Rams, but now year 2 and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here with the Buccaneers.
As hard as it may be, Mike, to resist, I don't think they need to come out and think we have to match them big play for big play after just giving up that early score. Stick to your plan. Pick up the first down and allow this game to start unfolding and settle into a rhythm. Execute your game plan. Don't try to match what your opponents do.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively. But here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to White.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Levante David doing his work on defense. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Cousins now on 2nd down. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
That's the tight end, Pitts. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Cousins to throw. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. That's complete. He's got it to London. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to McLeod. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Cousins. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
2nd down, Cousins. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Godwin working the right side. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing is Baker. That's caught left side by Otten. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it'll be 2nd down.
You just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage. We see quarterbacks do that all the time, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mayfield.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. As he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. Now, Cousins. Short throw taken by Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Jordan Whitehead is there to bring him down. Now a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Cousins. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. To throw is Cousins. To the right, that's Pitts.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with the conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
Now, Cousins. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins now. Throw over the middle, caught by London. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Working out of the gun, it's Cousins.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Baker to throw. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On second down, Baker over the middle. That's Godwin. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw. A short one there to Otten. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on?
Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Now, after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
Now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Mayfield. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. A 1-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit.
Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. Bucs shows 50 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Now, on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. Here Here's Mayfield. Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now, 2nd and 4. They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. And now the timeout is called, so 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to force overtime. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This one he's gotta have. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool, he's calm, he steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here we go. One final play. He fires downfield for Pitts. And that is brought in. And he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's caught right side. It's London. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Cousins out of the gun on third down.
There was tight coverage all across the field. I think the quarterback thought he had the arm strength to fit this one into a pretty small window, but the defense wasn't having it. They were all over it, and I think the quarterback actually got away with one there.
So that'll bring up fourth down, and here comes the veteran Bradley Pinion to punch it away. And back deep, it is Trey Palmer. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Buccaneers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, and that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. That's caught. Trey Palmer. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Down the sideline, past the 45. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
On 1st down, right back to White. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
2nd down throw from Mayfield. That's his tight end, Otten. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. This one intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And the Falcons will take over at their own 15.
All right, Mike, so think about the spot this defense found themselves in. They know they've got to come up with a stop or a big play somewhere or this game's over. And what do? They go out and get a huge turnover to give their offense the ball and a shot to win this game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Cousins gonna throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Third and long. Cousins. Now, deep ball for London. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up 4th down.
Nothing scarier for a quarterback, Mike, than to seeing that ball popped up in the air. It feels like that ball is in the air for an eternity, and all you hope is that it just harmlessly falls to the ground, and fortunately for the offense, that's exactly what it did.
Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Baker gonna hand it to White. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout. They go play action with Cousins. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. He runs with it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately, the 1st down.
It'll take this down to the 43, a short pickup there. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with White. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Mayfield to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Here's 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remain in the 2nd overtime. Greg and I back to search for a winner after this. They'll go again with White. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Here's White. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This one to win it in overtime.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So a win here for the visiting Bucs. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Atlanta.